Welcome to our latest video, where we explore the fascinating history of the Council of Whitby. Held in 664 AD, this important event marked a pivotal moment in the history of Christianity in England, as it helped to establish a uniform liturgical practice throughout the country. The council was called by King Oswiu of Northumbria, and representatives from both the Celtic and Roman churches attended to present their respective practices. The decision to adopt Roman practices, including the method of calculating the date of Easter, was made at the council, which had a significant impact on the religious and cultural landscape of England. Join us as we delve deeper into the events of the Council of Whitby and explore its lasting legacy. Let's dive in. The Council of Whitby was a significant event that took place in 664 AD in the Kingdom of Northumbria, located in modern-day northern England. The council was convened to resolve the differences between the Celtic and Roman churches and to establish a uniform liturgical and religious practice throughout England. The outcome of the council had far-reaching consequences for the development of Christianity in England and beyond. The council was called by King Oswiu of Northumbria, and representatives of both the Celtic and Roman churches attended the council to debate and present their respective practices. King Oswiu of Northumbria, also known as Oswio, was a prominent Anglo-Saxon king who ruled from 642 AD until his death in 670 AD. He was a member of the Bernicean royal dynasty and was born into a family that had a history of political and military power in Northumbria. Oswio's reign was characterized by his military victories and political astuteness, which helped to consolidate his power over Northumbria and beyond. He was known for his diplomatic skills, which allowed him to form alliances with other kingdoms and establish a stable political environment in the region. One of the most significant events of Oswio's reign was the Council of Whitby, which he called in 664 AD to resolve the differences between the Celtic and Roman churches. The decision to adopt Roman practices at the council helped to establish a uniform religious and liturgical practice throughout England, and paved the way for further influence by the Roman Church in the country and beyond. Oswio was also known for his military campaigns, which included the defeat of the powerful pagan king Penda of Mercia in the Battle of Winwaid in 655 AD. This victory helped to establish Oswio as one of the most powerful kings in England and solidified his position as the dominant force in Northumbria. Oswio was a devout Christian and is known for his patronage of the church. He founded several monasteries, including the famous Whitby Abbey, which became one of the most important centers of learning and religious activity in England. In conclusion, King Oswiu of Northumbria was a prominent Anglo-Saxon king who played a significant role in the political and religious history of England. He was known for his diplomatic skills, military prowess, and patronage of the church, and his reign saw the consolidation of power in Northumbria and the establishment of a uniform religious and liturgical practice throughout England. The Celtic Church in Britain had its origins in the early Christian communities that had been established by St. Patrick and St. Columba in Ireland and Scotland. This form of Christianity was distinct from the Roman Church in its liturgical practices and the way in which it calculated the date of Easter. The Roman Church, on the other hand, had its origins in the traditions of the early Christian communities in Italy and the Mediterranean and was under the authority of the Pope in Rome. The issue of the date of Easter was a particularly contentious one between the two churches, with the Celtic Church following an older method of calculation based on the lunar calendar and the Roman Church following a newer method based on the solar calendar. The council was called by King Oswiu of Northumbria to resolve this and other differences between the two churches. At the council, representatives of the Celtic and Roman churches met to debate and present their respective practices. Eventually, it was decided that the Roman method of calculating the date of Easter would be adopted in England, as well as other Roman liturgical practices. This decision had significant implications for the development of Christianity in England, as it helped to establish a uniform religious and liturgical practice throughout the country. The Council of Whitby was also significant in that it marked the growing influence of the Roman Church in Britain. The decision to adopt Roman practices helped to solidify the position of the Roman Church in England, and paved the way for further influence in the country and beyond. The council was also an important moment in the history of the Church, as it marked one of the first instances of a major Christian controversy being resolved through a council. The Synod of Whitby, which was held in 664 AD, was a pivotal event in the history of Christianity in England. One of the key issues that was addressed at the Synod was the calculation of the date of Easter, which had been a contentious issue between the Celtic and Roman churches for many years. At the time of the Synod, the Celtic Church followed the calculation of Easter that was based on the lunar cycle, while the Roman Church followed a calculation that was based on the solar cycle. The difference between the two methods led to a discrepancy in the dates of Easter between the two churches, and the issue had been a source of tension and division between them for many years. The Synod was convened by King Oswiu of Northumbria, who was keen to bring about a resolution to the issue. Representatives from both the Celtic and Roman churches attended the Synod, and after much debate and discussion, it was decided that the Roman method of calculating the date of Easter would be adopted throughout England. This decision was based on several factors. Firstly, the Roman method was seen to be more in line with the practice of the early Christian Church, which had been established in Rome. Secondly, the Roman method was more consistent with the practices of the other Christian churches in Europe, which made it easier for communication and cooperation between them. The adoption of the Roman method of calculating Easter had a significant impact on the practice of Christianity in England. It helped to establish a uniform liturgical practice throughout the country and brought England into closer alignment with the other Christian churches in Europe. It also helped to strengthen the relationship between the Celtic and Roman churches, which had been strained by the differences in their practices. In conclusion, the Synod of Whitby was a key event in the history of Christianity in England, and the decision to adopt the Roman method of calculating Easter helped to establish a uniform liturgical practice throughout the country. It also had a significant impact on the relationship between the Celtic and Roman churches, and helped to bring them into closer alignment with each other. In conclusion, the Council of Whitby was a significant event in the history of England and the Church. The adoption of Roman practices helped to establish a uniform liturgical and religious practice throughout the country, while also marking the growing influence of the Roman Church in Britain. The Council had far-reaching implications for the development of Christianity in England and beyond, and remains an important moment in the history of the Church to this day. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the Council of Whitby. If you found this video informative, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Also, feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you may have. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.